every different conference, different schools, places that we have not talked to, positions that we have not got a chance to talk to in depth. Really, today we're going to talk some secondary talk. Marc Stampley, second, is here today. 5'11", 185, coming away from originally Georgia Southern, and then Houston Cougars, lighting up the defensive backfield with some crazy highlights. One of my favorite interceptions I've seen. I'm gonna start you off there, bro. First of all, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you for having me. Can't complain. Today's a great day. How are you?
I'm amazing. Like I said, off camera, it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's LA, so I can't really. It's hard to complain when you look outside. It's like, it's 80 degrees. What am I supposed to do? No, I'm gonna start off there. Like, we'll talk about personal life, but your interception against Baylor, and I wrote this question down specifically because it was not just an incredible showing of ball skills. Like, so on that one, there's an RPO away from your side of the field.
Right.
You recognized it, you diagnosed it, and then you chase it down backside and put yourself in position as the ball's coming down in the end zone, and you make the pick. What did you see on that play so quickly? And then, like, that motor to chase down a play backside, like, where does that come from? Does that come from a previous coach or something?
Yeah, actually. So first off, I'm gonna start off with the play recognition. We was a man, and I was pressed up in my little nickel spot. So I'm pressed up, and as the play starts off, it's happening quick, right? The receiver comes off kind of slow, like he's not really doing nothing, like he doesn't really have a real job. So I'm knowing the ball is not coming this side. So me being a play recognizer, just seeing what's going on the other side of the field, I turn my head and check. And next thing you know, I see the quarterback pulling up the ball, RPO style, looking at the other side of the field. So I once had a coach in high school. He always told me the person at the ball when the play ends is probably the best player on the field, because they're usually either making a play or they was close enough to affect the play. So that's been my mindset. Like, every play, I'm trying to get to the ball at the end of the play. It doesn't matter where it is, how far it is, what happened. I'm just trying to be near the ball, just so I'm always around the ball. So just being me, I'm running to the ball, doing my job, my 111, and bam, God blesses me. The ball pops up. You know, you got to point the ball in that situation, because there's so many of us trying to go for it when it's an easy tip ball like that. So me just being me, I see the ball, I go get it, and bam, come down with it, and it's a great day.
I've thrown my fair share of near interceptions where two DBs or both think they got the ball.
Right.
So that's how you know it was a terrible pass, because if there's two DBs fighting over the ball,
that's a problem.
I was not great.
Tips and only throws, we need to emphasize those on any time. So hey, we'll take them anytime.
I was gonna ask, because you use two like commonly used phrases, and it's kind of off script here. 111, like 1 of 11. That's one of my favorite things to do, is like just do your 111.
Right. As long as you have, I feel like as long as you have trust in your brothers and your teammates and all of y'all doing y'all 111, y'all could play unity as one. Y'all could play just as fast, because you know the dude behind you or the dude on the side of you is going to do his job just like you. So it just makes you play faster, and y'all play better as a defense and a unit.
It's was it a KISS, keep it simple stupid, or keep it stupid simple, where as fans we watch it on the TV screen or from the stands, and you're like, man, like the whole team's got to make a stop. They must feel pressure like us fans feel. And it's not the same. Like, you literally have your one job, and
you just doing your job, trust your brother, and then at the end of the play, if you could still help, then go help. But yeah, literally
it's a different mindset for football players at your guys' level once you're a Division I, and then knocking on the door of the pros to just lock in and do your 111.
Definitely, because you got to know the dude next to you is just as good as you. He at the same level as you, so obviously he able to play here too. So you just got to trust him.
That's a good point. Another phrase you use, I was going to ask you if you have another one that you like a lot. You always hear all 11 hats to the ball. 11 face mask on his face mask. Is there another commonly used football trope or like motto that you hear all the time that you really like? Something like that?
I think really those are the main two. I just emphasize those two, especially being a DB. Like, tips and overthrows, those are the most free balls you can get. They only come so often, so you got to emphasize those. And then all 11 hats to the ball, that really means something. Like, as an offense, if you watching the film and you see the whole defense running to the ball, that's like, okay, this defense is hungry. This defense is scary. They actually want to go get the ball. So it puts the emphasis on the defense too. So I love that phrase.
I love little like football only phrases like that and trying to use them in my real life. Like when we're trying to get like the nieces and nephews together, they're like, oh, come on, all 11 on the ball. Come on, let's go.
Come on, no, I get it. It works in real life too. I get it.
Trying to use it.
Yes,
Let's take it back a little bit though before we get back into the full football. I want to hear about Marc the person, and that's why we're here today, man. We don't get a chance to learn about every single player that goes to the draft and our regular ESPN watching and everything. So talk to me. I know you're from Georgia originally. Talk to me about, you got loved ones back there that you like just are your biggest fans. Is there someone in particular that you feel you play for that's means much more than just playing for yourself and your team?
Yeah, I want to say I really play for my whole family. It's literally like a village. Like I'm from Georgia, but I was originally born in New Orleans. So we moved after Hurricane Katrina, but most of my family, they stayed in Georgia. I mean, they stayed in Louisiana while me and my close family, like my mom, dad, and two sisters, we moved to Georgia. So them being the biggest supporters and doing whatever they can to do for me to get me to this point it really means the world to me. And I can't thank them enough. Like, I would say I play all for them and for me, of course, but everything I do is for them. Just how they support me, what they would sacrifice for me, just what the small things they did. Like we had to move in high school and they had to move houses just so I could go play at another school. Like it's just been the little things to put me in position so I could be here. So I'll say my family, they definitely one of the biggest people I play for. And I'll say one of the biggest underwhelming blessings I had this past year was, I transferred from Georgia Southern to Houston. So being able to play in Houston, all of my grandparents was able to come to a game and actually see me in person and see me at Houston. So, cause it was much closer.
Let's go.
So that was one of the biggest blessings I had, but just knowing how much they support me and how much they care for me and just everything they would do for me, it just really means the world. And it really what pushes and motivates me. Like these people, they would really risk their lives, do whatever, just so I could be here, just so I could have a chance to live out my dream,
Man, I hope that you go into public speaking one day when you're done with football, man. Like that was very beautiful.
Options, yes, sir.
Are you comfortable talking about Katrina at all? Like I said, I don't dig into people's personal lives, so I don't want to touch on something.
I'm good. They probably they was a little older. See, I was only like, I want to say 1.5 when it happened, so I was still very young to when we was moving, and my dad was in the Navy at the time. So it was like he got a little early heads up. So we got a head start on the moving. So we was kind of all right. But yeah, most of my family was all right and everything. We all came out safe. So I was very blessed about that. So it's not really a hard subject or anything. Yeah.
Something powerful like that does happen.
Yeah.
It does help a lot of us understand a little bit more of like, the motivating factors. Because if your whole family goes through a hardship like that, where a whole state full of families were going through a hard time, it honestly speaks to the man, and it speaks to your character and where you're coming from.
We're so close with my family and everybody that stays in Louisiana still. We go back there every Christmas, a few times a year, just to see them, just to hang out with them, just everything, family reunions, all of that.
As somebody who also is accustomed to moving a lot, it's not fun. And I think that's an underrated aspect of the NIL, the transfer portal. But you got to make decisions for the man and for the family. The decision to transfer from Georgia Southern and then to go through the NIL process. How was that process for you? And the ultimate decision to go to Houston, was there a big deciding factor for that one?
I would say it was definitely one of the hardest decisions I've made in a recent while, honestly. Like, just leaving the school that really took a chance on me out of high school and that really grew me into the man I was before I came to Houston and the player I was before I came to Houston. Just everything they did for me. It was hard to leave, but I felt it was needed just to help do what I had to do to get where I want to get, honestly, and just to improve my game a little bit, just to see what's out there, also see the other competition, see the different levels. I felt like it was needed and it was the time for it. But NIL wise, that wasn't a major factor, but of course it's a part of it. So the part of it coming and going to Houston was amazing. It was a blessing, of course, so I can't complain. But that was just a huge plus. It wasn't really a motivating factor or a factor of anything to go, but it was a huge plus, and I will take it, of course. But Houston, deciding to go there, I only had a few schools really looking at me out the portal, but Houston was a big one. And they, like I said, it was close to home, close to family, still in the South. We're right there next to Louisiana. So it almost felt like home. And just taking a visit, having Coach Fritz and everybody here, the whole coaching staff, I just knew this was a special place. Almost how I kind of felt when I first visited Southern coming out of high school. I got that same home feeling like, okay, this is a special place. I like the culture that's growing here and just what's happening here. And I wanted to be a part of it.
Here, you could be the propagandist for Houston right now. You can give a sales pitch. Well, what is it about Houston culture or just the program that you were like bought in? You're like, yeah, this is home.
I love the city, of course. It's a beautiful city, amazing place. But just what Coach Fritz was doing and just his second year coming into it and all the coaches he had brought in, I just felt like we really had something special brewing, like how we did last season. And I could just see it in January when I first visited and just felt the connection, felt the energy of, okay, this is a place that's going to make you work, that's going to make you grow. Like you will never feel comfortable here to where you're complacent. You're always moving forward and always getting better. Like literally daily, it felt like a challenge. And I was like, oh yeah, this is where I need to be.
Man, and then a special season it definitely was for you guys. 10-3. Yes. Finished up with at the Kinder's Texas Bowl.
Amazing.
And I'm about to be 35.
Right.
There's a lot of people watching this that are a little bit younger that like have not experienced the BCS bowl system, and like they only see the playoffs. They don't understand that like the bowl games like matter. Like I don't care. I know a lot of people are like, oh, so and so sat out because of draft. But it's bowl season, man. Like that's an extra game. That's extra.
We love it. As players, y'all do get to see how we feel about it sometimes, but as players, you don't know what it means to the team and just everybody in the building, just having an extra game, having that experience. It's like almost like a vacation, but a work vacation. Like the whole facility gets to go to a trip, gets to go to a new place. Y'all out there for a few days. It's usually good weather, whatever. And it's just another chance to compete, of course. With something on the line, like most games you're not going to get a trophy at the end unless it's like a rival game or whatever. But the bowl game, you have the chance to get a trophy and a bowl ring, so it means a lot to the players. And I would say it's also special to us because during the regular season and during the week, everybody doesn't get to travel. So your boys that's a freshman or whatever that wasn't on the travel squad, that bowl game, you bring in the whole team. Everybody gets to experience this. So it was like a special experience,
Being able to suit up for home games is super cool. Like you get the experience. It's kind of like a warm up to like, oh, this is college football.
Right.
And then when they go away, you're just sitting at the dorm. You're just
like exactly. So that
like, ain't you on the team? Right. Yeah, but I'm redshirted.
No, right. You gotta explain it to the people. Yeah, no, I get it.
I want to hear more about the Kinder's the Texas Bowl though, because for you, the way the season ended is wildly impressive. Like you come off a loss to TCU, like I don't care who it is, what the division is, conference is, like just losing games is no one likes it when you're a competitor. It's
not at all.
It's worse than you feel good winning. That's how I feel.
Winning is like, all right, we won, kind of on to the next. You lose, it's like because it's like you can't get that back almost. It's hard to fix. You just got to go into the next week trying to fix your mistakes. But the Kinder Texas Bowl, you were saying, it has some of the best barbecue I had after the game was amazing. I will say that, but the bowl experience, it was a 10 out of 10. It was amazing. I played in 3 other bowl games at Georgia Southern. So that being the biggest one, the events, the hospitality, the whole setup, the hotel, everything can't complain. It was perfect. And the only thing I will say is since I do go to Houston and we are Houston, the only problem that did suck or was kind of bad was that we was in Houston. So we didn't get to like travel. We didn't get to go see a new city or nothing, but I wasn't complaining because it did feel like a home game atmosphere. Like stadium that on game day, it was a one in a lifetime experience. Like just seeing all the Houston crowd and basically the whole city out there, it was amazing. And just us being able to come back, win, fight through adversity that game, it really showed the type of season we had and just the type of team we were, that we never really gave up and we couldn't give up. We was going to fight to the end, especially for the city, and just being in that environment, that atmosphere, playing on a stage like that, it was beautiful. It was a blessing.
No, it really was. Like I said, a strong finish to the season. Following the TCU game, you guys beat rival Baylor 31-24. That's phenomenal. You guys are both sitting at I think about 9 wins or so. And so if you lose a game, what bowl do you go to? Do you even go to a bowl game? And then you face LSU in the Texas Bowl.
It was bittersweet a little bit. I will say that because me being from Louisiana, my whole family we always been New Orleans fans or LSU fans, so it was bittersweet because my sister actually did graduate from LSU, so she was a little sick. It was my first bowl win, so I was very happy. I would do it 10 times over.
But no, being able to play against that competition, and I've spoken to recently. I was talking to Javonte Sylvester. He's the left tackle for Louisville,
Gotcha.
and my first introduction to him was going against Ruben Bain and Hakeem over in Miami.
Right.
And my first, which is like wildly impressive because he 0 sacks, 0 pressures that game. My first impression of you was the tape that I saw the interception against Baylor. And so like when that's the first play I see, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes,
and then you pop on the tape, like everyone's looking for the next nickel DB to play everywhere. You want to talk to me a little bit about like what helps a unique player like yourself be able to play that role, to play close to the box and stay alert in both the run and pass, because it's tough, man. And then do you just have a favorite part about the position at all?
First off, I would just say my versatility truly helps play in that position. Like me being, and not just being versatile, but being also good at being versatile. Like I've had snaps at safety, I've had snaps at corner. So just being able to really call myself a DB and being able to play all 3 positions truly helps play that nickel spot. And also what helps, I would say, is my acceleration, being able to be quick. You have to be quick at that spot because you're guarding some of the fastest receivers on the field, and they have quickness and acceleration, but play recognition helps too, because it's almost like you're not really a linebacker, but some plays you could be in the box like a linebacker. So being able to play recognize, see what's happening, being able to react faster than the linebackers because you are a DB. So that helps a lot. So just those small little things and just your reactive skills. Like once you see something, you have to trigger, like a screen, you have to go trigger now. You have to blow it up, but you also have to trust your brothers behind you that they're going to have your back, like the safety back there, the corner back there. They're still going to do their job while you be able to make plays and trigger fast, because that's really what you are at a nickel. You have to go and force the play now or go handle whatever it is to do now. But my favorite part is just truly being able to do everything. Like you're in the box, but you also get to cover, you get to run support, you get to blitz. That's probably my favorite part, being able to blitz.
Hold on. That part's your favorite part of doing everything? Because my next question was like, how do you diagnose so quickly? Because I'm sorry, I told you already, like the RPO to reacting to the pass, it all happens in like less than 2 seconds, and then you're across the field. That's your favorite part?
A little bit, just because you only get to blitz so many times, and the corners, they get to blitz every now and then. Safeties rarely, but when you're in that nickel, you get to hide it, you get to disguise it a little bit. And then the way you could blitz, sometimes you could go under, you could cut. So you almost like in the blitzing patterns the linebacker and D-line have, you almost put into that set. So I like that part about it. But you was talking about the play recognition.
Yeah.
Well, your next question,
it happens so fast that like I hate making it sound like Marc's so amazing, but it's when you watch it in the film and you've played football, I don't think fans recognize how difficult it is. Like we're wowed by wide receivers and we forget there's a player that's got to stay on his hip, cut on a dime, and like be on his heels every damn play. And I mean, you could speak to it, like you could tell fans like, hey man, this shit's hard.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, being able to stick with a receiver, I would have to say, is probably one of the hardest things to do in football, because just how quick, athletic they are, and just how technical they are. Like receivers are getting better and they're growing, so they're getting more advanced on their routes. Being able to stick with them and ride with them and react how they react is probably one of the hardest things to do. But I love it just because it's like a competitive game almost. Like you feel like the villain in this battle with the receiver. Like every time they make a play, it's all, ooh yeah, receiver, hey. But when you stop the play, the crowd goes silent. Nobody want to cheer unless it's your team. So it's like you feel like a good villain almost. You get to stop their momentum, stop the hype, and don't even get me started on a pick. Like a touchdown is nice. Pick, like it can almost change a game. So I just love that competitive back and forth aspect about the player receiver. But being able to react, I would say it comes down to film, speed, and your keys, because like everything does happen quick. It's like a millisecond difference. You take the wrong step, bam, it could be the difference between making a play or not making a play. So just being able to see and truly believe what you've seen in film and what you've seen at practice the week, because you're going to practice some of the things and just recognizing your keys and your technique, it helps you play just as fast.
I don't know what and I do mean it. I don't know what you plan to do after football when it's all said and done for you, whether it's public speaking, but I could see you as a coach. I don't know if you ever wanted to be a coach.
No, that's probably the third time I've heard that in the past year. So
for me and just our 20 minutes of talking, it's more of a being able, if you can describe football and its intricacies on the field like you are, but very simple for someone that like has never played football, watching this right now like you are, that's coach speak. Like you got coach speak done, bro. So a lot of respect for that.
I appreciate that.
In your battles though, since you've been, I mean, playing in Georgia, playing at Houston, you're playing all levels of competition. Is there a wide receiver or two that comes to mind that like not as that you weren't like, oh, this guy's super good, but maybe you were like, wow, like after you played them that no one's really talking about, like, or maybe wide receivers you played that you're like, man, I got a lot of respect for this guy.
There's always been a few you'll play that's like, yeah, all right, he's better than people think. I was at Georgia Southern. There definitely have been a few where I played and I was like, okay, who was this guy going into before the game and what happened during the game? Like, how did he just perform like this? But yeah, no, there's definitely been a few guys that just popped up out of nowhere and that's been like, all right, this guy should be on more people's radar, or how haven't people been talking about this guy as much? Like, I've seen this guy live and it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, no, there's definitely been a few guys.
Dude, it's incredible how it happens. Like we talked about it off camera. Like there's over 300 guys that are incoming into the league between the draft and undrafted free agency, and so there's always it's by mathematical standards. There's always going to be a few guys that slip between the cracks. That's why we try to talk to our favorite DB from Houston, to make sure that he's not one of those guys. People need to know who he is. You talked about a lot of the technical stuff of being able to track down receivers, play in the box. You have a lot of coach speak that, to be honest, I think 32 out of 32 DCs are going to love working with you. Just how you understand the game. In reverse, is there like a coach in the league, whether it's position or DC, that you really admire, that you're like, man, I would love to learn from that coach one day?
I just like to take aspects from a little bit of each of all of them, if that makes sense. Like implement little parts of what he does good and what he doesn't do good, and just try to perfect it into my game, but not also my game, but like also when I'm teaching players. Because at the end of the day, I'll call myself a leader. So when I'm out there on the field, I'm not just playing. I'm trying to teach the younger guys or whoever's around me, all right, this is how we could be better. This is what we could also do. So when I'm looking at coaches I would just take little parts here and there just to implement and perfect my game. Yes, sir.
Some of the top DCs that come to mind, like Vic Fangio, the Rams fans here, because we cover mostly the Rams in LA. They know Chris Shula. There's so many different styles that have like flavor of like what people can do with the defensive back position, and that what DBs are asked to do under all these DCs is changing every single damn year. Literally. Is there a NFL player, past or present, that you feel like, man, like I love his game, like I want to play like him, like that dude is like a key example of like what the DB position is supposed to be?
Back in the day, I would have said Tyrann Mathieu. That was my guy. Like he was a DB.
Honey Badger.
Literally, that's who I tried to model my game after growing up. I used to watch his hype videos before the game, do whatever I got to do, but he was who I thought was a true DB. Like, all right, you could put him at corner, you could put him at safety. He was like a nickel before the nickel spot really blew up. Like, I could really see him there performing and just balling out. But other guys I like now, I would say Derek Stingley. I've loved him. But also Jalen Peachtree. I feel like my game, I could recognize my game after his a little bit. Just how he truly plays the game and plays in that box and plays that star position. Like, he's a very versatile guy. I could say I look after or model my game after a little bit.
And if people aren't paying attention to the names you listed, some Houston cats. So we keeping it in H-Town. I love it, man.
No, I love their DB room. They got some guys. So yeah,
they're so good. And then I forget the coach's name. Why am I drawing a blank? What's the head coach's name?
Coach Ryans.
Coach, yeah, Demico Ryans. Obviously, you know, him playing for Houston, linebacker. It's such a great story.
Right.
Houston's such an underrated football town. I feel
They
like
do.
I don't feel like it gets enough attention. The only thing
Like,
I really
being
hear
here,
is
I've actually been able to recognize it and see, all right, this is a nice city. I've never really thought about Houston, but being here, this is really a place. They really have everything. I love Houston. But yeah.
Man, like I know Texans are diehard fans out there for the Houston Texans, and then obviously Cougar alumni, man. Like you guys are the home environment. I've heard amazing stories. Do you have a favorite moment from this past season being a Cougar?
I want to say either when we played Colorado or Texas Tech. Even though we didn't win that Texas Tech game, just the environment when we first came out, we had the baby blue jerseys on, the Houston Blues. We came out, it was nighttime. It was like a deep game. That was probably the biggest home game I played in last year. But just coming out to that game, it was special. It was special. That game in the LSU Kinders Bowl, because I was in Houston. So yeah, that one was top notch. Yeah,
I absolutely love that. It was a fun year. It was very fun being able to watch, break down your tape and get to know you like through the film a little bit, which is something I love doing. For fans that have not gotten to know you yet, that are soon to get to know you, what are they expecting to get at a Marc Stampley if you come to their fan base?
I would say you're expecting to get a guy who truly loves football, a guy that's a real difference maker on the field, just somebody who you can actually tell loves football and shows it on the film. Like when you watch him play, you can see, oh yeah, he's bringing energy. He has some passion, enthusiasm. Like it makes you almost want to stand up out of your seats watching him play. Like I just want to bring to them, like, I'm an energetic guy. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna ball out. I'm gonna make plays, but you're gonna love watching me play. Like that's the thing I want to emphasize. Like when you turn on my film or when you just watch me from the stands, you're gonna be like, all right, we get to go see Marc Stampley play today. Let's see the type of energy what he's doing out there.
Like show is in town.
Right, yeah. Like I just want to have it a good game. Like at the end of the day, football is supposed to be fun. That's what you taught as a kid. Like have fun, go out there and have fun. So I want to show people that even though it's a job, it's our job, it's still a sport at the end of the day. Like we can still have fun with it. Like I'm gonna have a good time out there. You're gonna be able to see it. We're gonna be making plays, having fun. So I just want to be able to bring that to them. Yes, sir.
Man, I gotta say it's probably one of the most fun interviews I've done in the last few years because I would have to say, having met you now, that is my takeaway, is that you are a reminder that football is supposed to be fun. Because you're having fun just talking about the technical
side. It gets me excited just think about it. Like just think about what you could do out there and just all the possibilities, but you just making plays. That's probably the best part. And just the environment, the team aspect, you being with your brothers. Like I don't have any real brothers. So me being out there on the football field, it's like y'all are really my brothers. Like y'all who I hang out with every day. Yeah, we have that bond. Like whatever happens, we go through together. So it's just a whole bunch of aspects in it that makes me just love football.
Hell yeah, man. I cannot wait to watch you on Sundays, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Stampley, if you are not following him on socials, the socials are going to be here on the screen at the bottom. Make sure you're following him so that way you keep up with his career as he gets ready for his NFL debut this season. Yes, you got a message for Cougar alum, for the fam, for the fans? You got a final message as we get you out of here, man?
I just want to say I appreciate all the support and everything. I appreciate everybody from standing by my side. But the story's not finished yet, and we're just beginning. About to get a whole lot greater.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks again for coming on, Mark. And then stay on. I'll holler at you a little bit, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for having me.